second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to pass. It's Evanson. Got his man. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Wants to throw on first down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
I know it's early in this game, but, man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
Wants to fire on second down. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Motion from the wide receiver. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Auburn! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you, they knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping two hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
On the run from inside his own 5. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give to the back. Creates a little room. Turning it on. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. And the Aggies, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air on first down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Leaves it with the running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
Number 19, on to kick it away.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Here we go, here we go. To the air, it's Evanson. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got the first down. Looking for more. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting...
It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might...
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Hauls it in at the 25. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Dropping back, it's Evanson. It's complete to the right. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now at wide receiver. You get it in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger gain.
Fakes to grab. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
This is good news for the offense here because they've got their Heisman caliber receiver in a bit of a groove. Back-to-back catches. The defense has no answer for him. I would keep force-feeding him the football because he's catching fire right now.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the...
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Tigers! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. He has been unstoppable. The ultimate dual threat. Positively Cam-tastic.
Yeah, and that dude was just so incredible to watch, and that's what he's putting on display. He's looking like that. Just whatever he wants to do, it's working, and this Auburn offense is cooking.
From inside, and he pumps it up inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. The Aggies, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. The RPO, it's complete. Racing to the right. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So here comes the Auburn offense. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football late.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to let...
There he goes. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. He makes a catch. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He'll take it himself. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the... And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Punt is on its way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. this has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
Why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute, throwing and running the football.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
Auburn lines up quickly.
And that's a first down for the offense.
To throw, it's Evanson. The throw. With the catch, it's Hall. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Near the 18-yard line.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Snagged out of the air. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Grab behind the line. It's Rousseau. Touchdown, Auburn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Texas A&M, 7.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in College Station. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the returner will be knocked down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Let's go! Let's go! Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
The return brings it out to the 49. And the Auburn offense will take over.
And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Showing the arm strength to the left. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. He lets one fly deep. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time that...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Evanson. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Tigers! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And he makes the extra point. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. From the gun, running back gets to give. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And down he goes back at the 3. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So here comes the Auburn offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Looking for a man, it's Evanson. Got the back over the middle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but if you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the pass interference in the end zone will give them a free 15. Remember the difference in this rule and the pros. Ball is not placed at the 1-yard line in this situation. And the Tigers are threatening on 1st and goal. On the move. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Quick release by the QB. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Power football with the run. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They believe they can run right here. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got a man in the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. The Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Give to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And this is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play. Couldn't make the connection.
And it's okay that that ball's incomplete. It's important this offense comes out and they show that they want to be aggressive. They show that they're willing to take shots and they're going to try and take the top off of this defense. Not able to connect on that one, but that will not be the last deep ball we see in this game.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Makes a catch. Converts on 4th down. Is still on his feet. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
First down for the offense.
We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Looking downfield, it's Evanson. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Auburn. add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 17.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They go to the ground. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw.
Man, the sack, and this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. Like, they got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
Makes the catch at the midfield logo. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Great place to start for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Evanson. Snagged in the middle, it's Hall. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point in the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. A little less room to work with now. The ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Auburn! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Got his man. He is denied. Cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt.
And you You know teams are going to be watching this film, and they're going to be saying to themselves, we are directional punting, and we are kicking the thing out of bounds. This guy has way too much speed, and he can change the game.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This guy's been around a while, and in his junior season showing complete command of the offense. And the QB has more than had his weight as lighting up the secondary and the scoreboard. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll leave it with him. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Breaks into the open. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Fires complete on the crosser. He's loose. He's at the... And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting, and they're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched, but here in the 4th quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This has been a good day for the offense and a particularly outstanding performance from the quarterback. And he's thrown it all over the place. Been a bit of a mismatch, candidly, Jesse.
I think there were high expectations for this guy coming into the year, but I don't know if anyone thought it would look this good. He has been so dialed in today. When he's doing the work during the week leading up to the game, boy, oh boy, it shows up on game day. He's got a lot of talent, but you can...
Gonna let it fly. Catch inside the 25. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
He's looking to throw. Under heat, and he gets rid of it.
And this defense has put a game together. It is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. So here comes the Auburn offense. And he has had this offense clicking on all cylinders the entire game. He's been elite in every aspect. He's thrown the ball on. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Auburn lines up quickly. The offense changing the play. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
That's a first down for the offense.
Back to pass, it's Evanson. He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Quarterback will keep it. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? This is a design run. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. And the Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. The defense will use a timeout and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They come up with their second safety of the game. You don't see that very often. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
First and 10.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Back to pass, it's Evanson. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Under fire. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
The give to the tailback. Turning it on! And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Illegal blocking back. Offense.
A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. After this, it'll be a wrap. To the ground with the back. And that is how we will wrap this one up.